Do you have colleague fatigue? Do you have somebody in your workplace or in your neighborhood or in your friendship group who really gets up your nose? Somebody who you just can't stand? Somebody who is just that person for you, makes your buttocks clench? Well, there is something you can do about it. There's something that you can do that doesn't necessarily involve having a massive big conversation with that person, especially if they're not interested in having a conversation with you. There's something you can do about your internal state, which means that you can unilaterally work through your side of that relationship. It's a really fantastic active imagination technique. And imagine that you could come to a group somewhere. So it was a bit like a yoga class, but it's a messy yoga class. You acknowledge the pain, you acknowledge the grievances, you acknowledge the consequences of the other person's behavior. You acknowledge the hurt that you've experienced, and then you do something about it. You do the hardest maneuver that you ever learn to do as a human being, and that is to let it go. It doesn't mean that suddenly the other person is right. It doesn't mean that you're suddenly going to say it's okay, or that you're not going to hold boundaries, or you're not going to litigate. You may still litigate, but you do not hold your ill will against that person for what they did or didn't do, because your hate isn't helping. It doesn't matter how much you hate somebody, it isn't going to change their behavior. Hate is not the answer. It's not going to get us to a world that works for everyone. Come to the next Resentmentfest or forgiveness field and find out what is on the other side of your resentment. This is the most powerful leadership practice that there is. It means that you can free yourself so that whenever the other person does whatever it is that normally bugs you, and you are not bugged by them, it's being unfuckwithable. It's having equanimity. It's holding your own. Truly a powerful practice. You're invited to come to the Resentmentfest. Bring your grievances, bring whatever it is that you need to clear out of your own heart. Not the biggest thing, because if you've experienced a lot of trauma or there has been abuse, then you need to work one-to-one with somebody. But for most of the other daily things that need to be cleared from our hearts, you can come once a month to a forgiveness field and work through to release the anger, guilt, grievances and the past, and come to a place of healing. I really hope you decide to join me. If you have any questions, just get in contact, and I look forward to guiding you through the most powerful mental and emotional well-being practice that there is.